really did like this episode, and I really like this character. A, they cannot make this character be in her current continuity because of reasons of how she gets her powers. And B, if they do put this character in current continuity, they're going to have to nerf the living fuck out of her.
Yeah.
I do not see this character coming into the MCU anytime soon, not because she's a bad character, but because they just made her OP as shit.
She is just literally out of this world.
And go ahead with a synopsis.
Okay, so this is what if Kahhori reshaped the world?
Mm-hmm.
So in this timeline, Surtur destroys Asgard, and the Tesseract gets tossed away, finds a new life on Earth, buried under the lake of one of the Mohawk nations.
Mm-hmm.
And we meet our newest hero, literally created for this series, Kahhori.
Yes. So fucking hate the credits in these things. I didn't see Elizabeth Olsen's name in the credits of the old one, but I sure as fuck saw Benedict Cumberbatch in this one. Anyway, so the fact that they actually spoke Mohawk this entire time,
that was cool.
Was great.
That was really awesome.
The only thing that I will give a little bit of a nitpick about is sometimes in stuff like this, they forget how some of the vernacular should be said, considering the time of when this takes place.
Oh, like you, do you think the dialogue sounds a bit too modern? Considering
it sounded a little modern, like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." Like that wouldn't have been said during that time period. There's a couple of lines where I'm like, guys, you're doing really good. I'm glad this is not in English and you're doing it the correct way. We could have took the dialogue back down to the time of this. But
Fair.
that happens a lot with these things. Like the same exact, and this is worlds better than the thing I'm about to mention. Black Adam, he should not have spoke the way that he did, considering when he is from. That was one of my biggest problems with that movie. Among a list. But no, I said in our first episode of the recording session today that this animation style that they use shines brightest. And sorry, all we're in the same recording session, and I had a long work day with inventory today. Shines brightest when they are able to use bright, vapid colors. And they got to do that to the great extent that they did today.
Yeah, the lighting in this episode is amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of insane how... No, we'll get to that later because we're not quite at that point. But I like that they turned the Tesseract broke on impact and became a portal to the sky world. So we have another world outside of the main world in Marvel. This kind of reminds me of how they... I don't remember if this was only a thing in X-Men Evolution or if this is a normal part of Nightcrawler's powers. But it reminds me of, they were like, hey, Nightcrawler doesn't teleport. Nightcrawler goes to a hell demonic landscape and then opens through another point in time in it and appears in the other side of where he bamps to. So she can go through a portal in whatever, get to that, and then whoop, appear somewhere else. Does some of those X-Men retcons. Cyclops' laser isn't actually a laser. It's a portal to a world of infinite energy that explodes whatever. How is that a mutation? How did he mutate a portal to an energy planet that bleeds out his eyes? Sometimes comic writers just need to stop.
God damn it.
Put the drugs away.
No, but her power set is overpowered, sure, but still pretty incredible.
Oh, it's incredible because you kind of, to a degree, don't have her powers don't have rules.
She can
'Cause at
just kind of do whatever she needs to.
yeah, it was kind of you get to do what you want by like accessing the power of the world, I guess. Because at first I was like, okay, how is everyone other than DC able to do a better version of Flash style speed than DC? Can someone answer me this question? How they're always the worst at it? Their main character in their version of the big hero team is the Flash, and somehow they always make the worst versions of it. And yet somehow
I don't get it.
Marvel, who isn't known for having speedsters, but like you have Quicksilver, who's the big main known one, and every time they've ever shown super speed, it's amazing. Makari is the best example.
Oh, easily.
Of anything they've ever done. I'll even say it was better than Quicksilver. It's kind of insane how they always do a better version than the best well-known speedster in comics. It just breaks my brain. But so super speed,
she can create force fields,
telekinetic,
super strength? Question mark.
I don't know if super strength, because anytime she ever hit something, she was using the force of the other world that she tapped into. So I think it's just using sky world power to hit something hard. But yeah, she's more of an X-Men mutant than anything. Where kind of like you just get popped out and go, oh, they can do this. But also they can fly and shoot lasers and heal really fast. They always have the one main thing and then like two ancillary powers that are there to make the story interesting. But like she just kind of got dropped into a world that she fed off the energy of an infinity stone. So it's kind of like she got powers from the space stone. So kind of saying that like she could do what she wants to works because she's literally got sucked into a world that is powered by the Tesseract, which we saw Loki, or we saw portals be opened with it, or she can open portals also, which that's how Loki got there in the first place.
Right.
So there's some of this stuff that if you explain it through saying that she got her powers from the Tesseract, all this does make sense.
Yeah, I think that's just the cleaner explanation.
Because we're going to be honest, like I said, again, bringing up the Cyclops thing, a lot of times when you try to put finite things to stuff, it just becomes dumber. It really
does. Sometimes simpler just is better.
Yeah, because it's just tried too hard. Why can Superman have ice breath and flight and laser eyes? Because of the sun. Simple works. Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. Why does everyone in the X-Men have their powers? Because of a mutant gene. What does the mutant gene do? What a mutant gene does. Yeah, and like just seeing them whoop the shit out of the Spanish was great. It was just awesome. They're just like, I have ships. We're important. We'll take their land. They're a bunch of devils. Hi. Did you not get the point? I'm part of my throne. It doesn't mean anything to you. You have no power over me. As she's lifted her up off the ground, shatters her throne, and drops her to the floor. Do we need to keep having this conversation? You have lost all of your money. Guns don't work. I took a cannonball to the face. Are we still having this conversation? That was one of me. I have like 900 of them now.
Such a satisfying way to end that story.
It was, but this has got me wondering now because I don't know where she's going. Because here's the thing. We have, what if the Avengers assembled in 1602? They didn't show Doctor Strange there. They showed Nick Fury, who sounded like that version of Nick Fury and not our Nick Fury sent back in time. Unless I caught how he was talking weirdly. But he sounded like a person who lived in 1602.
Yeah, that is a version that belongs in that time.
Okay, so that's that world's version. Probably Scarlet Witch too, but she could be vamped from us because she looked exactly how she looked, if I'm remembering it exactly correctly, how she did in WandaVision or at the end of WandaVision / Doctor
Multiverse
Strange.
of Madness.
Yeah, Multiverse of Madness. So those two belong there. And then it looks like Wanda zapped her there, the more I'm thinking about it now, because it was a red fissure that broke open and brought her there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was that not multiverse team up Doctor Strange?
That is Superior Strange.
He wasn't there in 1602.
That is correct.
So
and the ninth episode, the finale of this is titled "What If Strange Supreme Intervened?" So the question is, intervened with what?
That's what I'm going to ask, and I'm almost wondering if I know how this is going to end. We've discussed how she is OP as shit. So we have them, and 8 is them assembling in 1602. So we now have. Why did I not just keep Disney Plus open? We have Fury, Captain Carter, and Wanda in 1602. The next episode is, what if Hela found the 10 rings? Hela's pretty OP shit as it is. And then what if she found the 10 rings? So I have a good feeling, and looking at the title card, there's another Avenger that I can see that's there. So what happens if we get them assembling in 8? They don't win. They get close to winning, but still can't quite do it. And then at the portal scene time frame of Endgame, Strange goes, hey, Uatu said you guys were having some troubles. There's your problem solver. And then it ends. Because at this point, I don't see them naturally fighting with her there and losing.
No.
Oh, I'm mistaken. Hela's not going to be as strong as she was. Because I just read the synopsis of the next one. Hela was stripped of her powers and banished to Earth. So it looks like the next episode is what happens if Hela was Thor.
Not a bad setup.
So we might have Hela be a hero helping them out with the 10 rings.
That's interesting.
Well, I like that. God, I know I said this before, but how does she still look even attractive and animated? My God. Oh! That woman. Oh my gosh. She didn't do it for me in Lord of the Rings. You dropped her in Thor. Oh my God, she did it in Thor. Woo! Anyway, yeah. This episode was great. I hope they do more stuff with her in future what ifs, and maybe if they do some other animated things, like I said, that's going to be a complicated kettle of worms to put into a live action series. So I don't know how they want to handle that.
It'll be, yeah. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but at least what I like about her introduction here is that what if is the series you can use as a test kitchen for any idea that doesn't neatly fit into the timeline.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't expecting them to make an OC. That's funky that we got that. And so far, from what I can see, because normally the outrage is pretty bad whenever people don't like things, I didn't hear a thing about her.
I've only heard like maybe one or two negative reviews about the episode, but most people really liked it.
Yeah, so far it's pretty good. Yeah, I liked it. And again, yeah, just when you get to use the colors, this thing is great. And I said before we saw this that it looks like if you dropped a Mohawk Indian into Avatar. I'm still gonna go with that was kind of the aesthetic they were going for.
And it's not a bad
It's
aesthetic
not.
either. It's
No. No, it is not a bad thing. It was like look at the picture behind us. Does it not look like Aang when he's pissed off?
oh, it definitely does.
It's a very okay aesthetic to go for. Yeah. Are you the Avatar Ong? I'll never not have that stupid fucking line read. I can't get over it. Are you the Avatar Ong? I hate it so much. Yeah, no, this is great. They've gone in very different directions with this version of What If, even just compared to the other one, considering you don't have rules and directions to go in. They've kept the seasons feeling very different, and I appreciate that. Yeah, it's really good. I'm excited about the next three because I don't know what they're going to be, but they have interesting ideas. So
Yeah, and by tomorrow, as we're recording this, we'll be fully caught up with the rest of the world.
yeah, so yeah, that is true. It's kind of nuts. I I kind of didn't mind if they did it like this. I don't mind if they do this again. Just don't release them at Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, that's my honestly one complaint. And then after this, we only have like a week until Echo, and all 5 episodes drop at once.
Yeah, it's only 5 episodes. Nice. I don't know why somewhere in my brain said there was 9. I don't remember why I was thinking that. But yeah, no. That'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to that. And we're starting to get into more of the watcher being directly over the shoulder of people looking at stuff. So we're getting towards the things, but I can't get over that. I don't know. What the hell was that? All right, Mike, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media at Captain K42. You guys can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and that place at Ren Pop Culture. You can also find us on YouTube, on Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we.
Absolutely. And you can find me everywhere at Organoid0 and mostly Twitch and YouTube. Until next time, we'll see you all later. Bye.
Peace.